Well, hello guys. Good morning. It is early Monday. It was a very long Sunday. We ended up hitting four, I believe, remodels and a Walmart. The first remodel, we definitely scored. The other ones, not so much. But, like I always say, I don't complain. Um, I think that part of the fun is the adventure. Um, I don't want to say that, I just want to go to the remodels for the adventure. I mean, I need to take some pennies home, but the adventure adds to it. And this one was a little different because the husband and I actually took off and stayed at a hotel for a couple nights so that I could go to these remodels out of my area with my new friend Piper. And so it's been a good time. But there's a couple things that I want to talk about. First, I'll start with DG dumpsters. So yesterday, we are at, sorry, I'm trying to turn down the heat so that you don't hear that. So yesterday we are at the last store remodel that we went to, and I was in one of the aisles towards the front, and there were two employees. Well, it was an employee and a manager up front, and I heard the employee talking to the manager about the Valentine's Day shirts and the Valentine's Day sets. They're in like a cardboard display and they're packaged. Anyways, so these shirts and stuff obviously are from Valentine's Day, but they're not on sale. They're still like $5. Well, I hear this lady say to the other lady, well, what am I supposed to do with the Valentine's Day stuff? They're still not discounted. And the lady says, that's okay. Just go ahead here, throw them in the trash. I'll go ahead and damage them out like the rest of it. I'll take them out too. Damage them out? But they're not damaged. And you're going to throw them away too? What else are you throwing away? It's a remodel, so there's a lot of stuff they have to get rid of. And there's the never-ending, oh, we donate it, oh, we send it back. I'm not saying everybody does it, but I have another video that I'm going to post, and it's very short because I was scared out of my mind. But I did some investigative work with my friend, and it was so sad because we went back to this store to look at the dumpster. It was full. Bottom was full of clothes and other items. All the top was full of broken, cut open, poured all over the place food and drinks. Full. We are in a pandemic. They're handing out stimuluses because people can't afford to pay their bills, because people can't eat. And Dollar General is throwing perfectly good food in the trash still. It's not right. It's just not right. And like I said early on, that's why my main reason for doing this. I don't believe any of this should go to the trash. Everything is usable for somebody. We should not be throwing stuff away. That's ridiculous, especially food. So, there's my first beef. Okay. Second beef on remodels. So this was the first time that I had experienced this. I had heard about this from other people. But in my remodel, the first one, I was chitty-chatty with everybody and talked to the kids and everything. And, one of the children, they were talking to me about when everybody was coming in the store. And I remember it clearly because their family was okay, whatever. Basically trying to cut in line. And everybody was eyeballing. They knew they were, don't let them in, da 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 da, Obviously, we'd been standing there. And other people had been standing there for over an hour. So, yeah, wait your turn, okay? But, so this kid tells me, because the kid was going in the middle of the adults, right? Kid tells me, yeah, I was trying to get in, and this guy, don't worry, it wasn't security, Sean. This guy, was pushing me to the side, telling me to wait my turn, and I was just doing what my grandma told me to do, and I was just trying to get in and get a cart. Even if you send your kids in to get a cart, it's still cheating, and it's still cutting in line. Stop using your children. Seriously, if you want a cart, then get to the remodel early, get your bum outside, and wait in line like everybody else. Stop using your kids for these remodels just because they're kids. Don't think people aren't going to get upset with them. And that's what you're doing. You're putting them in a bad position because one of these days you're going to use your kid for this and they're going to tick off the wrong person. And that person's not going to care that they're a kid. So, wait your turn. All right? Okay. Oh, all right. My next one. And this one really gets me. And this is what I need your help on. Because it's a Dollar General mystery. Okay? So, I need feedback on this. I need your thoughts. I need to know. Was it an accident? Or was it stolen? Yeah, mystery time. Okay. Let me go ahead and set this up for you. So, I am... Okay. So we are in line. We've already got our stuff. We've been through and through. We're in line. And I notice there's two ladies in front of us. And then there's a group in front of them. Part of them had already checked out. And part were still checking out. And I noticed this lady's putting a stack of coloring books up on the counter. Hello. And I noticed that she's got a stack of the cardboard books, the dollar cardboard books that I've showed you guys before. And I immediately leaned over to tell my husband, I think those are mine. I got all of those books. And I know I got all of those books because when I went to the coloring book section, somebody had gotten word searches that nobody had messed with the bottom rack. So we got coloring books. We were using the $5 sock box that I like to use. And by the time we had put all the books in there, the box was so heavy. Sean is the one that had to drag it back for us. And even he commented on how heavy it was because of all the books. So, honestly, we probably had over 100. We even had one of the large ones, one of the jumbo ones or whatever, which I'm telling you that for a reason. So, at the time, I'm thinking, no, nobody would do that, So I'm digging into my cart at the time, and I'm like, oh, okay, I see a couple of the books. So I'm like, oh, okay, maybe there was more. Next thing you know, up walks this lady, older Oriental lady, sweet as can be. I actually talked about her on my other video during the remodel about her being a beast, because she was dragging bags around like she was a 19-year-old, and she was filling them, and I was impressed, okay? Well, somebody decided or didn't decide. I don't know. You guys are going to decide. So, we're in line. This little lady comes up. And you can tell she's just, all of a sudden, there's this look of horror on her face. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is my favorite lady. What's happening? And she's like, where's my bags? Have you seen my bags? I'm like, what? She points and she's like, my black trash bags. I set them right there. So, like other people, you it got to a point where you had so much stuff you couldn't drag it around anymore. Okay? And since Dollar General only gives 7 carts for a remodel, that's been confirmed, right? Because I just counted them yesterday. If you've watched for a while, if you remember, I said something. I think they only give you 7 carts. Well, yesterday it was 7 carts. So she had set her 2 full bags, like literally right up close to the register where there's people checking out. Okay, there's people all over. Her bags aren't there. They're gone. They're gone. She's upset. She obviously is upset. She's been there for hours. She worked her butt off for this stuff. So I'm like, okay, let's start looking around. I knew she had been in the as seen on TV section because earlier I had went to the as seen on TV section and there was a cell phone. And when I picked it up, the doggy chew brush was on it for a penny, of course. And so then I was like, hey, who's missing their phone? And it was her. So I already knew. And at that point, she had her bag and it was full, I could see. Anyways, so I already knew she had the as seen on TV. She had the doggy chew brush. Okay. So I look up at the cart that's checking out that I had already noticed books that I thought were mine. Excuse me. And I see the doggy chew brush. And I see some more as seen on TV stuff. So I look at her and I'm like, is any of that stuff yours? She looks and she, that's mine, that's mine, that's mine. I think I say something to the lady maybe, or she says something, and I don't know. Nothing was really said. So I'm like, okay. I said, let's go outside. We're going to see who's loading stuff up. We're going to see what they're loading up. Because I knew 2 people had just walked out. So we get outside, and stuff had already been loaded. So she couldn't see anything really. She did ask everybody out there, you know, did anybody see my bags? Did anybody pick up my bags? Da 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 da. Nobody had anything to say. So she's very, you know, upset. And I tell her, hey, listen, they're cameras, okay? So we'll go in, talk to the manager, have her pull the camera or the tape or the whatever they call it now. And I said, it's going to be really obvious who picked up the bags and then dumped them into their carts because the trash bags are nowhere to be found, okay? So whoever picked this stuff up, they then emptied it out of the bags, all right? So I said, it's going to be on camera. And she said, yeah, but they won't know who it is. I said, well, maybe they will. If it's somebody local, they'll know. And hey, if it's not somebody local, then maybe I can just put the picture on my YouTube channel and let everybody know, hey, these people like to steal at remodels. You know, okay. I don't know. I thought it was an option. And I was very upset at the time. I did not find it. Oh, my husband's alarm's going off in the truck. I was upset, okay, because I thought was a great remodel. I thought everybody was awesome. But there was a snake in the grass. Or snakes. I don't like it. And especially when you pick on somebody that's older, okay? And not to mention, and you know what? I know, don't bring race into it, but I'm going to. Because she was the only person that wasn't white. And she was the only person that had her bag stolen. So, I don't know. Let me tell you what happened next. So I walk back inside. And I walk up to the manager who's checking people out, and I'm like, hey, somebody had their bags stolen. Manager is ticked. She yells back to the other employee that's checking out. She's like, we got somebody that took stuff. Da 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 da. Oh my gosh. And they're saying, that's horrible. Why would somebody do that? We thought we had a good group. I mean, they were not happy, which I wasn't asking for the camera yet because she was busy checking out. I wasn't going to do that. But lo and behold, sorry, I got to turn the truck back on. It's cold. Lo and behold, I get inside, and not 2 minutes later, a nice lady walks in and walks up to the other lady and says, I think we have your stuff. She proceeds to say that there was 4 of them shopping and that somebody must have grabbed it and not known that it wasn't theirs. I don't know, guys. I don't know. And here's my reasoning. Okay. At first, I'm like, okay, fair enough. Fair enough. But then I'm like, I don't think you had trash bags. You guys had carts. You guys had carts from the beginning. So where'd the trash bags come into play? Why would you think they were yours if you didn't have any trash bags? And where are the trash bags? I mean, everybody else was checking out, obviously pulling stuff out of their bags. If you just picked up the trash bags at the register to check out, which was right there, then why would you dump them in your cart first? I don't know. Things just really weren't adding up, right? So then the lady ends up, she gets some of her stuff back. When I leave, I stop and talk to her, and she, of course, thanks me and everything. And I ask her, did you get your stuff back? And she's like, I got some of it back. I had so much. She said, I had so much. I had all the hair stuff, and I didn't get any of it. None of it back. Well, of course, I'm handing her, I'm like, do you want some picture frames? Do you want, whatever I've got? I'm like, here, take this. And then there's a nice lady behind her, and she's like, what? She didn't even know about it yet. And she's like, oh, here, I don't need this. And, the lady's like, oh, you guys don't have to do this. And so, I mean, it was good. Other people started giving her stuff. I mean, people were outraged about it. But the thing was, somebody in there did it. Right? Okay. I don't know. I don't know about this whole story and by accident and everything else, because once we get outside and we start packing our stuff away, guess what? We're missing stuff. And Sean made the comment as he was pulling the box, oh, the box seems lighter. Probably because there wasn't as many books. Because half of our coloring books were gone. Half of the books were gone. And the jumbo coloring book. That's something you notice. You know you have it. So, not only did somebody accidentally get into her stuff, somebody accidentally got into our stuff that was clearly our stuff. Everybody knew where our stuff was. Everybody knew that Sean was guarding it half the time. But they still got some of it, which makes me sad because we were handing stuff out the whole time. Piper and I both. Somebody would say something, here, take some. We handed out coloring books. We handed out toys. We share. That's how we are. And that's what upsets me is anybody that took anything yesterday, if you would have asked, I'm sure any of us would have given it to you. It's a penny. So, my thoughts on this. Back to, don't be a freaking Karen. Are you kidding me? Like, I didn't even know that this had to be said. Don't steal. Don't take from other people. If you are at a remodel and there is a pile of stuff in a corner, or there is a cart in a corner, or there is whatever, a box full of stuff, you know good and well what your stuff is. Don't even try it. We've been doing this. We all know. We know what we get. We know what we don't get. Don't take other people's stuff. It's ridiculous. We're going to end up ruining remodels if it keeps happening. Guys, they don't have to open that store that day if they don't want to. And if they start having issues, they'll stop doing it. So, I decided, we need to act more like Sharon. Get it? Sharon, right? Sharon instead of Karen. That's what we need. Because this stuff is ridiculous. It was heartbreaking to see that lady and all the work she did for somebody else just to take it. Not right. So, DG, I'm upset with you still because you're throwing away food. You should be donating it. I don't care. Donate it. Stop throwing it away. We're in a pandemic. People are hungry. All right? 2, adults, quit using your kids at remodels. You're putting your kid in a bad situation, okay? They're going to end up ticking somebody off, and then you're going to pull the whole, don't yell at my kid. Well, don't send your kid in the middle of adults to try to cheat. It's not going to end well. Number 3. What was number 3? Don't steal. Sad that I have to say that. Don't steal. If you want something, just ask. Because most people would give it to you. You don't have to steal. Alright? So you guys need to get your stuff under control. Because I was so excited about that day, that remodel, the group of people. And then, bam. Somebody had to ruin it. Shame on you. I hope that you don't do this in the future, or penny karma is going to get you. Peace.